The best place to find a potential spouse and have a successful marriage is at church.
If you're looking at porn still, you should not be dating a girl. You need to kill that dragon. Because if you can't kill it before you start dating a girl, the lie is it's gonna get better in dating and marriage. It's not gonna get better.
You need to be 100% fulfilled in the Lord on your own, because you may never get married. And even if you do, their job is not to fulfill you.
There's things like that you think, it's not gonna be a big deal. It does. Our baggage goes into marriage, and then their baggage comes in, and it's a nightmare. So
baggage and carry-ons. Personal preparation, then godly friendship, intentional dating. I want to talk about this for a minute. Premarital counseling, engagement in marriage. So personal preparation, while you are single, what can you do to be getting ready to one day get married and have a family? What are the things you should be working on? Because what usually happens is you're like, I've got a list of what I'm looking for. Well, also make a list of who you want to be. And so what could you do to prepare while you're single? Because it's not wasted time, it's invested time.
I think guys have so much they need to work on pretty much immediately. Like if you're looking at porn still, you should not be dating a girl. You need to kill that dragon. Because if you can't kill it before you start dating a girl, the lie is it's gonna get better in dating and marriage. It's not gonna get better. So I think getting lust under control, self-discipline in pretty much every area, financial, health, lust, relationships, getting a really good bullpen of guys around you that speak into your life, call you on the hard stuff, build a community. I think your community when you're single is your resume. And whether you go into a gal's community or she gets invited into yours, I think it's really important that you have a lot of good friends around you. You are a good friend. You have good wise counsel around you. And it's a life worth jumping into. And so many guys are sitting at home and frustrated about the dating market, but they're not doing anything to be a guy worth marrying. Because it's really not hard to look different than everyone else right now. It's showing up at church. The ratio of girls to guys in here is insane. Like everyone's like, there's so many more gals on dating apps, or so many more guys on dating apps than gals. Well, go get in the church. There's so many more gals than there are good guys. So yeah, guys need to show up in church and start serving. I think that's huge.
It's things like if you've got trauma in your background, working through it. If you have debt, paying it off. If you're a guy, it's getting your career launched. It's leaving your mother and father and being independent and being able to take care of yourself. And like you guys said, it's really building yourself spiritually. You're never gonna have as much time to work, to volunteer, to read your Bible, and to pray when you're single. Once you get married and you have a couple of kids, you don't have that kind of margin. And I would agree, statistically, the Institute for Family Studies says the best place to find a potential spouse and have a successful marriage is at church. And if you're a gal serving Jesus and there's a guy serving Jesus and that's where you start, you're off to a great start. And so I absolutely agree with that. How about for the ladies to be preparing before they're in a significant relationship, just sort of getting themselves ready?
Yeah, I would say obviously growing as a Christian, making sure you're spending time with the Lord, asking the Lord for discernment so that when guys come along, you are ready to discern if they're have good character, or if they actually do love the Lord, or if they're a crazy dude, because there are plenty of those out there. I would say be praying about, because we live in a culture that's very feministic, very independent minded, and the Bible does not teach that as a wife. We want to be with someone that we can serve together, serve one another, be unified, and as the husband, eventually he's the head. And so a wife needs to be able to pray that her heart would be ready to be able to respect someone, and to when you meet someone, can I even honor and respect this person? And so preparing your heart, preparing biblically and spiritually where you're at as a Christian. The stronger you are as a Christian, you'll attract a stronger Christian man. And that's what you want, so that you can have a godly marriage eventually. I would just say, yeah, some of the similar things, your health, make sure you're working on just your overall health as a person, different areas of finance, physical health, spiritual health. Just really, for me, I think because we did it wrong, I had a lot of things to work through mentally as well. And unfortunately, I didn't deal with some of my trauma from my past because I didn't realize. I just thought, when we get married, it'll be fine. All of that will go away. And it didn't. And so we had the first decade of our marriage that was just it was harder than it needed to be. Had I dealt with that in advance and maybe gone to some trauma counseling and really allowed the Lord to heal those places in me, then we would have had some better beginning years. And so if there's things like that you think, it's not going to be a big deal, it does. Our baggage goes into marriage, and then their baggage comes in, and it's a nightmare. So
Baggage and carry-ons.
Yeah, I feel like I was kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum where I wasn't sure I was ever going to get married. I just felt like I didn't know if I could respect and follow a man for the rest of my life. Because as I'm sure a lot of you know, there's just not a lot of good ones out there. And you don't need a lot, you just need one. And God will help you find that one. But I was around so many guys in college. I went to ASU, and I was around so many guys that I was like, you should never get married. Like, you're not qualified for this at all. Like, I wouldn't wish you on anyone. And I just was like getting really discouraged. And so my response was like, I'm just gonna go be a missionary and like die getting, macheted in the throat in the jungle somewhere, I don't,
She's not kidding.
It's not, you guys don't know. But that's how I felt, was like, I really wanted the idea of a good marriage, but I just could not picture that happening with the people that were around me and with the things that I was personally struggling with my like personality and certain sins I was dealing with at the time. Anyways, and so I kind of went the other way, and I would say I wish that I would have understood the role of a husband and wife biblically better, because my parents did a great job. I don't know why I didn't see that as a great example, but for whatever reason, I just could not picture myself doing it, because I guess I'm more like my dad. And I was like, how am I going to find a man that's going to like control me? It's going to be tough. But I didn't understand the idea of submission, and I didn't understand what it means to actually be a godly wife. And so I wish I would have like gotten around more examples of that and studied that and tried to understand that more. And then also, I think that in one way that it kind of did serve me to be so independent was that I really did find fulfillment in the Lord, kind of like Brycey was saying, but on the other side of it. Like, I think that if you're going into a relationship thinking that that person's going to complete you or fix you or change all the things in your life that you don't like, or deal with like your family drama or your debt or whatever, it's like, oh, when I get married, it'll all go away. They'll deal with it for me. No, you need to be 100% fulfilled in the Lord on your own, because you may never get married. And even if you do, their job is not to fulfill you. And so becoming a completely whole, healthy person who can stand before God and be accountable for yourself needs to be the case no matter who you're with, whether you have a husband, whether you have kids, whether you see your grandkids. Like, you have to be 100% confident in your relationship with the Lord and secure in that, because it is extremely unattractive to be insecure. And that is something that I did not fully understand. And I think that a lot of people just struggle with. And it's like, no, God sees you. He knows you. He has a plan for you. There's no reason to fear. But if you don't submit to him, people can sense that. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Thank you very much for watching. And if you do me a solid, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll get you lots more Bible teaching content.